Brandon Aubrey has the ball teed up. Kate Scott and Brock Heward up in the booth for this one. And the NFL on EA Sports is underway once again. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year signal caller.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Going again on 2nd and 10. Pressure's on him, and it's going to get home. He's dropped. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Might just be a little late to get the ground game going, opening up this game with back-to-back passes. But when you come out of the gate slow and you put yourself behind the sticks, you really don't get in that rhythm you want to find early.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
They found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida. A super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a for him and his team as well. Right smack dab. Get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
Called it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Remember in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down.
Here we go, 19, 18, Rodwood, 18, Buffalo, 18, 79 Broncos. Go.
3rd and long for him here. Taking a shot deep here. He's got it deep downfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
19. Mustang 19. Cup 19. Cup 19. 18. Pioneer.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offset.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flat.
60, 70, Wolf. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Sends this to the end zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Trying to keep everything in front of them. Yeah. The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Come on. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 19 tight. Warriors 70. Ready.
Richardson to throw again. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that gives them a first down. Well, when your opponent fails to act, Brock, you want to capitalize, right? And they are moving like a team ready to provide us with our first point to this game.
Yeah, pretty lackluster start there, Kate, from their opponents. You got a golden opportunity to immediately take control as they convert to stay on the field.
70 Rangers.
Working inside the red zone. And this is going to fall incomplete in the end zone. Wanted it all right there. And we've got to regroup for second down. Ooh, for a moment, thought those were our first points until he came and knocked it away.
Yeah, I think the message sent pretty clear after that play. You're going to have to try a lot harder than that to be the first ones on the board.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Rig alert. 19 Lion. Buffalo 18.
Back to the air. It's Richardson. And he's got his man. Touchdown. The Condors have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or can they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
Fields this one at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go.
Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And 2 yards, all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Air it out on 3rd. Has him on a quick hitter. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they'll get him down right along the line, so no gain is how we'll end the opening quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. No throw, 3rd and long. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
And the fair catch secured here at the 16. The Condors and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And he's been one who has wowed the league and made a lot of fantasy owners very happy, too. You can see he's leading all quarterbacks in passing here in November. All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18. Mustang 19.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He's going deep. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Richardson fires quickly out wide. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. He's trying to push the field. That one connects. Touchdown. The Condors pull out in front further, 13-zip.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
That one splits the uprights. And the Condors double their lead to 14. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The offense getting set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, no, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Go play action on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by Goddard. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
2nd down, give to Harvey. And he's brought down, and a penalty flag out on the play as well. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Hits him on the out route. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down from the 42. Dropping back to throw. Complete out to the right side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Sticking to the air here. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And this one doesn't go far.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and he netted some positive yards.
They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They're going to try and throw it here. It is caught left side. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And That's going to bring up first down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw to right side. It's incomplete.
Standard they set for themselves.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. On the handoff, here's Harvey. He has room past the 25. He does it. Touchdown! The Dragons make it a one-score game before halftime. That one right down the middle. And the Dragons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14. Dragons 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Things going well so far. And he goes out of bounds, short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
17. 18, Rodley, 18.
To the air on this first down, Richardson. Caught, Trey Tucker makes the play. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
16 yards.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Buffalo 18. 60 Bobcats, 60.
Richardson now on first and 10. Going all the way to the end zone here. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! The Condors grow their lead just before halftime. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Condors double their lead to 14.
21. Dragons 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Come out throwing. Dump-off caught by his back. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Back to throw now. Throw left side, complete. And a nice chunk there, about 7. He's up to the 27. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throw here, 3rd down. He has the burst over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First down, play action. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So things not looking good after that sack. 15 to go here on 2nd down. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Oh, this has been a tough series. Sacked on the first down play, forced to throw it away right there. An awfully difficult 3rd down now staring you in the face.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Condors take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself, 3rd and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense, well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from them.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Dre Greenlaw picks it off.
This is one of those moments, Kate, as a quarterback, when you're jogging off the field, I'm not even going to look at my defense. They gave me the ball, and all I did was give it right back to that other offense.
Back to work after throwing the pick. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. This one misses the tight end. And now they face 2nd down.
Geez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. And if you had another rushing play on your bingo board, you are correct. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
It's 4th down.
Jeremy Crawfshaw out once again, punted away. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. Hit some space around midfield. Free inside the 30. To the 10. And they take it back for 6. No time left. What a way to end this first half. They have him back there, Bronk, because of what he can do with even the smallest sliver of daylight. And in my opinion, partner, there aren't many plays more exciting than seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
I'm with you because it is so hard. I mean, it takes instincts, it takes intangibles.
Our look across the NFL starts now, and we kick it off with a good one. Okay, Kate, thanks very much. As this Sunday's action is coming to a close, big day of football we had today. Here we go. And it's Grace Hall. Why don't we move on now and check in on another big mid-season matchup.
Teams are back out on the field. Everyone is set, and the second half is underway. This return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Condors and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. This drive will begin with Hubbard. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gives you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Ready?
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Trap 50, trap 6, Mustang 19. Tag.
Play fake, it's Richardson. Trying for the deep ball. He's got it at the 30. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Condors grow the lead coming out of halftime. To the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Condors grow their lead yet again.
35, Dragons 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. This gets out to the 30. Now, after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running it now out of the gun. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Setting up to throw. Brought in right side. He's off to the races. At the 20. And he is in. Touchdown. The Dragons start the second half with some needed points. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dragons cut the lead by a quarter. Down now to 21.
Dragons 14.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down. The Condors and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. They've got first down here from the 36. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets.
Okay, ready?
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
19 targets, 70 races, 70 races. Get up. 70 lying.
Play action with Richardson. Going deep here for the end zone. And it is knocked away. A shot to the end zone, answered there by a strong defensive effort. Second down.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket and keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 79 Broncos. Buffalo 18. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, 60 Bobcats.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Richardson. He's loaded another one up. He has the touchdown. The Condors keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Condors continue piling onto this lead.
42. Dragons 14.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. This makes it up to the 25. Now outruns their offense to take over. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Working on first down. He's not going to be able to escape, and down he goes. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
After the sack could really use a big play here on second down. It's 2nd and 15. Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm.
Across his body, and they make the interception. Christian Benford has it. And the Condors have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Hubbard gets it to start the drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
They've been doing it.
He hits the lane for about 7. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Trying to work quickly now.
Samuel Jr. on the tackle. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Third and short yardage here, Richardson. Cut out left. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs from 37.
Let's go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Go.
1st and 10. It's Hubbard. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards.
You want to talk about one position that really has morphed over the years? When you think of old school middle linebackers, the big physical guys that just stuffed holes, not anymore. These guys can run just about as well as anybody on the field. He showed it off creating that negative play.
60 Eagles. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. Cup 19! Cup 19!
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
That's 19 Lions. Cowboy 80. Trap 60. Trap 60. Buffalo 18. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Now Richardson to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair.
It's a gain of
It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. Smash, smash. Let's go.
Here's the give to Hubbard. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Warriors 70.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Taking a chance to the end zone. And cut in the end zone for the touchdown. The Condors continue piling it on here in the 4th.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
That one right down the middle. And the Condors continue adding on to that lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Their offense ready to take the field now. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Front pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Condors get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Well, these were the kind of plays they needed, frankly, early in the game when it was still somewhat close. By this point, still a great play, but a bit of a hollow highlight with the game already decided.
Up the middle, Hubbard. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Ready? 18 Cardinal. Ready, right?
Richardson fires quickly out wide. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Not sure what possessed them to do this. It looks like they're lining up to punt inside the red zone. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely. That'll be a touchback. Offense to the line. Here we go. Now this offense getting set to work here. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they have played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't pertinent to this game maybe anymore, Kate. This drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game, carry forward into the practices ahead. I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Takes the 2nd down snap. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that gives him the 1st.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best like curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
This run held up after just a couple of yards. That makes it 2nd down.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Tokyo. Dragons trying to do some window dressing. Second down now, they need 7. I'll throw it. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Now they send their back in motion right. he goes, 3rd and long. Sends this to the end zone. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Dragons putting up points in a game decided. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dragons cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points.
Dragons 21.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with these looks all game. Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. For Cougar 19, 19 tight, 19 tight. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Go.
They're going to pass it here. Lofts it deep right side. Brought in inside the 20. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's 1st and goal. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And he takes it in for the touchdown. Great defensive effort late, even if this one's decided. They're out to try and tack on the extra points. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dragons cut the lead by a quarter, down out of 21.
Dragons 28.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Now this offense ready to head back out. And even with 3 timeouts left on the other sideline, they have this one wrapped up. We'll see if they even use those timeouts. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go. 18, Pioneer. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
After the pick, Richardson back to the air. Connects with the open man downfield. The stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. He'll get 22 out of that play. And that is good for a 1st down. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Mustang 19.
Richardson on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into